These last 2 weeks have been pretty busy. I've just been talking to as many people as I can, seeing what's going back in my home, away from home in Minnesota. Um, it brought up so many different feelings. And at the end of it all, it was kind of like, hey, what am I, I'm kind of feeling a little helpless here in back in Calgary. um, what can I do, and kind of inspired to do more through everything that's happened. And um, got talking to my little brother, got talking to some of my friends from Minnesota, JT Brown, more specifically, and we came up with this initiative to partner up with Lake Street City Council. And yeah, hopefully this is just the start, launching it today. Hopefully we can make some real difference in the community, and make sure that these funds, assure that the funds, make a difference, because these people are, it's what Lake Street City Council is rebuilding the community that got tear down during the riots, and some of the stuff of people just coming into the community that weren't even from there, and just looting and the vandalism and arson. And a lot of these people were affected not only by this but beforehand by the pandemic. So it's tough times, and I think everyone can kind of understand that. But then to have absolutely everything taken away from you, um, that's what really touched me. And thinking about those people, I just wanted to help out.
How much more did you take that to heart, knowing that it happened basically in your backyard?
Yeah, like literal backyard, like, because from my apartment building in downtown Minneapolis, I can see that community. I also work in that community. Um, I've worked in it, throughout the last 5 years. I work with a nonprofit in Minnesota called ACES, Athletes Committed to Educating Students. So a lot of the schools that I go to visit these kids are actually in that same community. So that's what kind of really, when I'm sitting here, watch my social media, looking at my phone, just blowing up of all the craziness that was going on at the time, following George Floyd's death. Um, I really did feel scared for those kids. Not, a lot of them, not having places to go. Um, so it was just scary times for everyone, and even talking about it now kind of give me a little chills thinking about it. So through all that, and kind of just bouncing those ideas, and trying to think of ways that we can help from afar. We've come up with rebuildminnesota.com, and I hope as many people as possible can share it across all social media platforms. And hopefully we get it out there, and people can see, um, find it in their hearts to give out, and come out and donate, and um, help those who are in need, because yeah, it's some tough times.
Racism is real, and it exists everywhere in North American society, and rebuildminnesota.com isn't the only thing that you're a part of. And it really feels like there's a change that's coming, or there's an opportunity for real change to happen. And the reason why I mentioned that is because obviously you're a part of the Hockey Diversity Alliance. Can you talk a little bit about how you became a part of that, and why do you feel so compelled to be involved in these initiatives?
um, I think first and foremost, like George Floyd's death, the tragedy that it was, it is crazy. Kind of I don't even know how to put it into words, what I felt seeing that. I think it's hard for everyone, but it was an inevitable boiling point of our societies. And the corruption in the states, and um, the all the stuff that's going on right now. It's really crazy. So when you sit back and look at that, and all the stuff that's happened in years before, dating back hundreds of years, now learning all of this, it's crazy. There hasn't really been that many steps forward um, from all this, and you can say there was, and but when things like this are happening in our communities, when you really sit down and look at it, we're right back where we were. So to be a part of something and kind of try to stand on the front lines of the problems we have in our society. I just want to be there as an athlete to try to amplify, because I don't know everything, and it's hard to talk through all of this, but I want to try to amplify those voices that are carrying a weight. And I think that's my job as an athlete on this platform to do so. So I'm learning every day, watching stuff, talking to people, and then being included in HGA was a whole nother thing that came from this. And I'm so happy to be a part of it, because all those guys on it, are all guys who have gone through something at one point or another in their lives, and have fought through those struggles and hardships, not by themselves but with their families. And to hear all those stories when we first started talking, it was so empowering, and we knew we just had to do something right now. I truly believe you're taught this hate, or this or racial slurs, or you learn it somewhere along the line, whether it's from your parents or what you're watching on TV. So I think one of our biggest initiatives with HDA is starting with grassroots hockey, and teaching kids, the right from wrong, and kind of trying to eradicate it at that level first and foremost. And my own personal experience going through that was one that, in my first couple of times feeling it and coming back to, maybe the lobby where I meet my parents, and telling my mom what had gone on the ice, and just seeing her become so irate, and filled with tears of anger, and just yelling and leaving the rink. And I didn't really know what was going on too. I'm 10, 11 years old. I don't really understand the whole situation. And just being removed from rinks like that, and kind of like that feeling of just being so alienated. You didn't feel like you belonged at that arena at that moment, where when I'm on the ice, I feel my most comfortable. That is my most natural self, like something I love to do. So to see that discrepancy in being on the ice to being 10 feet, 20 feet off the ice in the locker room or in the lobby of the arena, it was like, that's so hurtful for me. And I saw my mom go through that a couple times, and then I just started eating it. You just bottle it up as a little kid, and I'm gonna, you're 12 years old. I'm gonna handle this for my family. Like, well, mom doesn't need to know. I'm gonna take care of business. Like, bang this guy out when I see him on the ice, or like. But kids shouldn't have to do that, man.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
no white kids have conversations with their parents, like saying like, "Hey, you got to have tougher skin. They're picking on you because you're better than them." Like all this stuff that you try to feed your kid, and to take the high road. And um, that's just not a conversation white parents have, and that's just something minority kids playing hockey have to deal with all the time. And I think you can say that across the board, all minority races, especially in Canada, you feel that in hockey, and it's just enough's enough.